Okay, so good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the session of Right Talk on Right Horizons. And it's nice to see the week on week we are getting into the weekend to learn more, and that is the best part of the learning. We should never stop learning, and that's my own philosophy. So actually, so many people are keep asking me why you keep doing so many different certification or something. So I normally give a target to me as a starting of the year also, that I should do minimum 2 to 4 different certifications. So it may be linked to, I can say, to your work, or it can be personal, or it can be anything. So last year I thought I will do it something. So I have started doing a woman entrepreneur course from IIM, and that's the reason I just skipped from my class and I came. So it is a nice learning from there where you are been getting from professors where we have been doing good. So same thing. I was just thinking because what do you mean by alternative income, or how you think we can have a new year resolution? So most of the time, I keep asking, even including me, if new year resolution means to us or not, or every day is a new year, or how we should look at. So if anybody can just share their views, if you feel that new year resolution makes sense or not. But yes, of course it makes sense to have a create a alternative income. If you see olden times, yesterday itself is a court case. There is a one of the HR whose CEO is my customer, has called me, and this is that one of our employee has been diseased, and can you help the family member? And I said yes, I will be happy to do. And that's what in Right Horizons we have last 2 years. Any of the people who have issue the COVID or something, they have done through us or not, we have been helping them. So I was speaking with the mother, and mother is not so educated, and then the kids are there. So I asked them how to you're going to manage, because I'm going to help you out how to get an alternative income. And she was telling that you are like a god. And I said nothing like that, I'm just trying to help you out how to get an alternative income. And she was trying to tell her, feeling very I can see the emotions, because I have seen my brother, my sister-in-law I've lost, that it takes time to accept the somebody who is so near and dear to you as no more. And she was trying to say that we don't have an alternative income. And I she keeps telling that it was so nice that at least she has taken a good term cover, which is going to make sure that we will get an alternative income. And that is a very good learning. And yesterday I was thinking, maybe my next session I am going to do that part of it. Sometimes when things goes right, we never realize the value of a term cover or a good cover, but nobody knows. And that is a good point for me to think about how the alternative income comes. So alternative incomes are, the word itself means very clearly that anybody wants to have a B plan. And I was doing this session there in IIM, and they were asking when we were having a different means of marketing and different means of taking care of what are the different alternative marketing plan, and that's what they told. And this I'm just trying to link it across. In our life we always think of a plan B. You just think about it, like if you are going from, I'm in a Bangalore, so if I'm going from my house to MG Road or somewhere, we will just go back and see the Google Maps, and Google Maps will say this is the shortest route, and then Google Map itself will say that this is the alternative routes. It may be 2 minutes early or 3 minutes more or whatever, or it is less. And then what we normally do, I don't know about others, at least I do prefer to main roads than that gully, because I always have a very not a good experience with Google Maps taking me to the gully, and because they never write tell the width of the road, and suddenly when you are driving the car, your driving skills are being tested, that you go right, left, and all the stuff, where such a small gully you have a two scooters coming right and left. So I always prefer even 5 minutes later in the Google Maps to go into the main roads. But I am trying to tell you that while we are just taking a ride for a 1 hour, we have done enough I can say Google Maps search, which is time wise, kilometer wise, everything. Nowadays, people doesn't ask us that how long it will take. So they said, okay, you tell me the estimated time as per Google. That's what the precise people are been asking. So we are going to have an alternative for everything within a precise. How long, what value, how I can achieve or not. These are the questions I'm going to talk about an alternative income. To giving a brief about olden days, I remembered and I was just talking to a few more people. The best part of my job, and that's why I loved it, because I always speak. Quite a lot of people calls me and tells about their own financial and personal well-being, and that's where they're saying that in olden days people used to have the house and alternative income is come from a rent, or previously most of the people were working across in a government job and they used to get a pension as an alternative income. This person whom I'm speaking with yesterday, she says that the good thing is I'm still in the joint family, so my household income not an issue. So, which is all these things. What was previously was the talking about, I can say, taking care of alternative income is no more exist, or it's a very merely exist. So how to make ourselves an alternative income, and that's where I'm going to start with. So today we are talking about alternative income for our retirement, what are the process and how we do it. I always say these are the two split seminar. One is how I create the alternative income, and then normally if I created that much of corpus, how you utilized it. Okay, so now I'm trying to help you out to make sure that you have created the alternative income. And I can tell you that it is a mind game, it's not any money game or something, it's a mind game. Somebody called me from Australia a week back. I was actually, we have gone out, and she called me from Australia and she said, Rachna, I am 40 and I am not sure how long I can stay here, how long I can have a job, and I don't have an alternative income. And I said, you are quite young and you can create that alternative income yourself. So she says, yes, but I don't know I will live till 85 or not. So I said, most of the time, we always look at the worst scenario and just see how you can make an alternative income. So she said, what about you? I said, that's the best part of it, at least in Right Horizons and us. Whatever I tell in webinar, or it can be to my customers, I must have implemented in our personal portfolio. So that's where the Anil's things also came across, which he talks about in his book called Honey, I Lost All My Money. He started visualizing that he wants to start his own company at 35. He made the plan to make sure that he should retire, and but he was able to complete his plan by 30, and he started the company called Right Horizons by age of 30. So that is nothing. I know him from the classmate, because we both are the classmates. I know it's a very easy, and I still remember we both going to different insurance and mutual funds and everywhere, and we are saying, do you have any pension plan at 35 or not, or do you give a alternative income at 35? And everybody was laughing. I'm talking about 97, 98 type, and everybody was laughing that you want a retirement at 35, and there was no retirement plan. There is no plans which will give you the alternative income at 35. And but he being himself as a masters of funds, so he made it a corpus to make sure that whatever is required monthly income, he made it by 30, and he started his own company by 30. So I'm just trying to go ahead with the same formula, that if the any other funds are not going, you can create your own corpus, and then you have all the liberty, the peace of mind, you have the freedom that you can work what you like to do, even though money is coming or not, because your day to day life and day to day home with the same lifestyle, you have already created the thing. So that's where my today's session is going to be talking about how to create an alternative funds. Don't feel bad. This is the another things I have been finding last few weeks. People are coming back to me and saying that, Rajna, I'm already so old and I have lost so many years. how I can think of I can make up, or how you think that is it a right time to enter or not, or market is high or something. My belief is another way. Anytime when you realize it's the best time to start. So don't spend time that, okay, I have lost something. You still have so many things to gain. So just look at the gain part of it, and you don't know how the power of compounding will take you to the next session. This is last week IKE Wealth, and this is a very powerful part. If anybody wants, please browse the ET Wealth of last Monday. And it is again trying to tell you the same thing. Most of the people, when I go for inductions, I go for the webinar for the young people and all. If I talk about a retirement, or if I talk about the long term, the long term is 1 to 3 years. And for me, the 1 to 3 years is a short term. So please try to understand the power of compounding, and your long term view is going to take care of quite a lot of things. I was going through one of the videos of Warren Buffett, and he says actually it's not that my fund has done so good. Sometimes you don't realize that power of compounding has done the best for me. So he keep talking about that how we can make sure that people are looked for a retirement. So retirement doesn't mean that, okay, I have to wait till 60, or you have to wait till 45 or something. Retirement means that you have created a corpus for you which is required for your lifestyle, and then you are not bounded with the doing the work or corporate life 9 to 5, or very bhagadori wala ki I have to do this, I have to do this and all, and you are doing in your own pace. You are enjoying your work, and that's what Anil does. And he started at 30. I can see and tell you that he may work more than 18 hours, but he enjoy what he's trying to do it. So similarly, you have your own retirement plan, means your money is coming or not, but you have created a corpus which day to day life is been going smoothly, and your all the financial goals are taken care of, and you do it what you like. I have so many friends, customers and all, they have retired by 45 to 48, and now they are being either training in a different MBA colleges, or they are being directors or part-time directors in a different startups. So making them to grow, where you start feeling that, okay, my knowledge, my network, my connections are helping people to grow next level. And that's where you feel like it's a child which is making them a bigger impact than a bigger company giving me a bigger salary. So I'm not saying that's not right, because of course I also worked in a Wipro and Infosys for 15 years. You earned enough, you made a corpus, and then you start going what to do. And that's why I keep telling myself also that I am in a retired life, because I work more than not more than 4 to 5 hours, and I do a lot of reading. And as you I just started with saying that I am doing a lot of courses. On an average I do 4 to 6 certifications in a year, and that's where I enjoy those things. So similarly, if you see this data, the retirement index, we as in India itself, we are have a very very low at 44%, which says that 23% of the respondents says that they have not even thought about it, a retirement plan. Most of the people, only 18 people have started a retirement planning when they are young. So please start thinking small, it's fair enough, but please start doing that. That will create a alternative income. Alternative income can come from anything, where you create a corpus that interest has come. Nowadays FDs are not a good point, before is there. You have taking care of guaranteed pension plans, where pension plans are taxable, but there are so many nowadays is coming, which is a monthly income plans, which is tax free, very very good. They are giving you, I am talking about XIRR, because that's the way I normally evaluate everything, the how the returns are coming around 6.1 to 6.2 tax free, which is equivalent to your 9% FD for 20 to 30 years. Very very good. So these are the things which you need to look at when you are looking for an alternative income. This survey has done by Aviva, so I'm just running through the survey that only 12% of an Indian workforce is covered under pension plan. And sometimes I really, really feel bad actually when I keep looking that maybe it is reasoning, I don't know much about it, but the PF before, people used to have a mandate 12%. So I used to tell that at least person will save 12% for the retirement. And now it is becoming an 1800 rupees. And within the 1800, now they are saying if the employee doesn't want to opt it, you can opt out also. And this is making me really very sad because so many people are taking an opt out, and they are not realizing that your in-hand money may go high whatever, but your long-term money is not going high, and you may not able to create that. I understand from government perspective it may be good because they are giving us still subsidy of 2 to 2.5%. If you see the government bond yield is around 600, 6.5 to 7, and our PF is 8.5, so 1.5% is in a subsidy. So they are trying to reduce the subsidy, they have reduced the taxability, they have reduced the slab, they have done all of them. They have made 10% within the PF is a mandate to go to the equity, and that's why they are trying to buffer it up. But I'm saying forget it is from a government side what they are going through, but as an employee you must take that 12%. And that's what my belief is. I don't know it is good or bad, but I feel that's going to make it. Previously all of us has a 12% and we never realized so how much money came inside, and that's the way we used to spend it across. So that's a thing I will try to do it. A lot of people are not doing it, and government is trying to help you out through NPS and other things. But best part of PPF and PF is not PPF, PF is that you are getting 8.5 tax free, which is no way matchable. 7 out of 10 expect their children to support them. This is so true. So we were just going through in our get together of our neighborhood and all, and they were saying that so it's just keep coming. There's a new trend is coming nowadays. A lot of people are not getting married if they ask their in-laws are there or something like that. So I said, yeah, everybody wants in a freedom. And I said, yes, at least I'm happy that our age we have got it into ourselves, because two of my friend came and asked me, Rachna, why don't you made in your financial planning a retirement home as one of the goals? And I said, why you felt that? He says, no, because my house is 4 bedroom set and all the kids have settled in US. Who will manage those? And it is not possible to do that. And I said, that's a very valid point. And sooner or later, I have realized that our age, this age has made that very clearly that we have to support ourselves, and it is not so easy. But yes, the one generation up, I have still feel that they have thought of that their children will support them, and they didn't have that much of corpus. I have the other side also. One of my, not a customer, he's just a prospect, called me, and I was trying to support people. So my most of the calls I try to see how I can help them, and this person says that my dad got the PF money 3 years back and he started in his business, and in the COVID time the business is also gone, and he has taken 30-50 lakhs loan. That is also I have to put it across, and I don't have a money now to pay his loan and taking care. So what I should do? So sometimes it's the other way around also. It keeps coming across how to handle it. We should make sure that we are independent and able to take care of our own. And that free, I keep telling this word quite a lot. The freedom in your mind is amazing. You cannot express that when you feel you are a debt free and you have enough corpus to take care of your own, and that is going to give you the best part of it. 18% I just told, because that's what even the IKE Wealth says the same thing, has retirement as a goal. 76% of the working age in India is comfortably retired life, but only 33 actually putting aside the money. And this is even though I'm going to take care, but I wanted you to emphasize, start early. There is a lot more you can think of when you start early, and that's where I'm trying to focus on the younger generation. It is not the money, it is a habit or a discipline will take you. You start with 1,000 bucks, and that's what I said. Don't go for one meal or maybe one movie, or nowadays people don't go off maybe the takeaway or something like that. 1,000 rupees is not going to change your lifestyle, but this 1,000 rupees will become 10,000, 1 lakh and all investment, you don't know, because that habit is going to change your everything. So I'll just put it as a small video because somehow its inbuilt is not working. So you tell me that you are able to see.
Yes, ma'am.
We plan and save
Can you
for
hear?
all
Yes, ma'am, we can.
Yes, we can hear.
our goals. But what about retirement?
92.6% of working population in India
Can you hear?
Yes, we can hear.
is not covered under any formal pension system.
Earning age is reduced due to increasing focus on higher education and desire to retire early. Life expectancy is increasing, and so as medical expenses. This makes the retirement planning the most crucial financial goal. Combination of SIP and SWP of mutual funds can help you to create your own retirement plan. Let's see how. If you start investing rupees 5,000 monthly at the age of 25 through an SIP in equity mutual fund, your retirement corpus would be rupees 1.54 crores. You can switch it to debt mutual fund and start an SWP. With expected return of 6% CAGR, your monthly withdrawal through SWP would be rupees 77,024. When you want to stop receiving it, you can also withdraw the entire corpus. Key to create your own pension-like monthly cash flow is to start early. If you delay your investment by even 1 year, your retirement corpus would be 1.36 crore and monthly withdrawal amount through SWP will reduce to rupees 68,486 monthly. To receive fixed monthly cash flow after retirement, start planning for your retirement with the help of SIP and SWP now.
Mutual fund investments are
Can you see my screen now?
Yes, ma'am, we can.
So as I have told already that alternative income is really, really important because government is not having a social security things, pension and gratuity is not sufficient, because that's another thing what I have noticed when I do lot many alternative income or pension plans or a retirement. People have been doing like a Rachna, I need a 50,000 or I need a 40,000, but they never take care of an inflation. So that's another thing we have to notice and make sure that anytime, whenever you are doing it, try to take inflation also as a part of your corpus. Yeah, as I told you, PPF and other things are going down the line. It is now at 7.1. Previously, all those things which I can tell you, it's an FD or MIS or thing like a PF, PPF, not PPF, sorry, PF, PPF has come down significantly, and FDs, MIS, and pension plans are taxable. So whenever you are looking, you have to look three things very clearly. What investment you are doing for which goal? Because tenure of the goal will define where you can do. So you can take a higher risk when you are working, because in a long term, only equity will give you good returns. There is no other person who is going to give you good returns. Second thing is you make sure that post tax and post inflation is always greater than zero and a longest time. So if I am doing a corporate bonds or a tax-free bond as of today is at 4.9. So if somebody is giving you tax-free bonds more than, or any investment more than 5%, means there is maybe a little bit of more risk. So when we are doing any other corpus creation, we just tell, okay, we wanted 30,000 or 40,000 and all. We don't realize actually more than inflation, our lifestyle has increased so much. When we are talking about recently somebody came and asked me that this person has taken a watch, and I said, yeah, very nice. And that person says that is 12 lakhs watch, and I was telling, what, you have a gold or a diamond, or what is there? What time is the same what you watch in a 5,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees watch? What is so great in 12,000? He says, no, this is the very nice whatever branded, even I don't remember the brand also. And he was explaining there are watches which is so costly, and I was telling sometimes, of course, somebody have a money, there is no doubt you should not spend it across, because spending will only make an economic grow. But we should know what is my need and what is my wants. Don't go above your needs. If you are okay in a certain level to go for a wants, but you should make sure that longest time you are able to do. I am doing that uncle is, if I'm not wrong, is 76 and auntie is 74 or 73, I don't know. And I have started this account maybe 2 years back. And this auntie told me, why I am taking it. I said, I don't know, because so she's telling uncle has lost 2 crores rupees in a overall level. And I was telling auntie, how you sustain that? So she said, no, he was like this. He will spend on lifestyle and spending going 5 star and going for a bar. So I was very surprised. Of course, I am not a one person who is brand conscious, or I don't go. So I am trying to say we should know how much money we can spend on what. Plan for it. I can tell you from my experience till date, I write my own budget and I write it on my expenses. That really makes us very, very clear how much we can spend or not. This is the another two things which I want to just focus on and tell you. I am sure all of you are aware of last 2 years is made us very, very clear. We should have a very good medical cover and the life cover, but our life longevity has gone much, much longer than actually previous time. So the medical facilities is making us to live longer, 85, 90 years, but we may not be living as so good as previous time. But yes, that's the reason you should make sure that you have a, on an average, we take at 85. But best way to take is you, they always says you think about in your family, who was the oldest person died, because that is also a genetic part of it if it is a normal death. To support on an alternative income, there is no doubt how to look at your family is supports very, very important. Finances, that gives us a freedom. Risk and returns are always are the part of it. But another thing I wanted to explain you, don't think that always high risk will give a high returns. Of course it will give. One guy came to me and he says, Dashna, you give me the highest risk and give me around 40% return. And I said, I think so, you are talking to the wrong person. Please go ahead and ask somebody else. Because in a bull run, our product has given even 80%, but I don't think so. In a long run, talking around 8 to 10 years perspective, somebody can give you 40% returns. So I am not saying the person who is saying 40 or 70 or 80 is wrong. Of course, they are right, but they must be talking about last 2 years or 3 years. Whenever we are talking about returns, please take care of the bull and bear, both the returns. So your cycle should be at least 10 years. So you will know that what is an expectations you can have it. Very, very simple steps to create the retirement corpus. Never have a struggle. That's another thing I'm learning quite a lot in a trending is that Rashna, you talk in a simple language. I don't want it to talk in all those ratios and other things. I always says easiest way which I have created myself and all my customers, do a simple SIPs. Okay, that SIP this much money, SIP for kids education, this is SIP for my I have done for the retirement. I have 2 kids, so 2 kids, 2 SIPs, and for retirement, we have taken, of course, for a retirement. When we are calculating how to calculate, talk about how much we should go for an asset as a balance fund, debt, and equity. Most of the time, your PF, PPF, taking an insurance which is giving you regular income as a basic needs is take care of a debt. Do good asset allocation, and you keep doing in time. And what if, like if for example I have been doing for a lot of customers, they start with, oh, I need a 2 lakhs per month. Then I said compounding is coming so much, so we'll say, okay, we'll do 1.25, 1.5. You keep doing a different time duration and the amount. So I will just show you the Excel, and we will do it for myself or somebody. So I'm just going to open the Excel. Can you see my Excel?
No, ma'am, not visible.
No.
Can you see?
Yes, ma'am, now we can see.
So it's a very simple Excel. I'm just trying to explain here is that if I'm just doing for me, it's like I need a 1 lakh of money per month as on today value. And my age is 47. I have taken my, let us say, longevity till 85. So 38-year more, I have to make sure that I have to take care of overall level. How much corpus is required for uh, to make sure that I get a 1 lakh rupees. If I have 5 lakhs rupees as of today, so I am saying that I have been able to achieve. So how this is taken care, I just wanted to explain you the formula. I have taken a present value of 1.88 divided by 12. I'll tell you how 1.88 has come. It's called as a real rate of return, RRR. Okay, I have taken an 8% as interest and 6% as inflation. And that's where I have taken care. So I am taking care of inflation also in this. Same thing is 85 minus current age into 12, and I needed a 1 lakh rupees. So that is what it has come. So RRR is very important. Indirectly, in the simpler word, I can say you are getting a 8% returns and 6% you are giving an inflation. So like approximately 2 rupees is the differential. But there is a formula that is called is like a 8 minus 6 divided by 1 plus 6 percentage, and that's where the 1.88 comes. And so we have by hearted, and that's why I wrote it. So if you have creating a 1.8 3.2 crores, because I have taken an immediate thing. First thing you should know what is a debt and equity ratio. On an average, you can just see that 100 minus your age is in a equity side, and it depends on a people to people. I normally says you can take a little bit higher risk when you are working, but that's the way we should look at what is an equity ratio you want versus your debt ratio. After debt and equity ratio, we will just go back to the saying that how much debt, equity, and balance ratio you want. I always approach from top down to make sure till now we don't know what is our product I am going to take care, correct? I don't know in the product I am going to take a mutual fund or a bond or an insurance or exposure to the equity. I have no idea about it. I'm just trying to speak about diversification, asset allocations. As of today, I'm looking only in asset allocation. Then, of course, we try to make the cash flow, which I will do it in the next session, how this amount, what I have taken, and we will divide and put it across. But it's very, very easy if you know how much corpus you wanted. You have to just do the formula like a PMT, and you will say how much you have to save that much of money. So let us say, if I say I will be getting around 12% return, and for me 13 more years, I will work till 13 more years, and my future value is this. I need to save approximately 1 lakh rupees if no money has been allocated to this. If I have present already some corpus has been taken care of, I will minus it out. So that's a way you have to realize it, how much money you require it to create your alternative income easier way. Can you see my PPT back? Can you see my PPT?
No, no, it is visible. Yes, ma'am, now we can see that.
Okay. So this is the another how the 5-step process works, simple and systematic. I always believe it is not the money. It is your discipline, patience, long-term looking is going to give you. So alternative income is like, I can say when you have a tree, you just plant it, it become little bigger, and then it is always trying to take care on how it is going to grow and give the flowers and the fruits. So on an average, I think so tree will take minimum 7 to 10 years to grow and then give it. Am I right? Similarly, your making a corpus also looks the same. So I was just teasing, and which is the truth also. I think so. I have never seen my portfolio for almost 18 years. And when I saw, I was telling Anil, is it my portfolio or somebody else's portfolio and all the stuff? Of course, that research team takes care of the how the funds are performing and not, but I have never seen. Then I keep saying why I should see, because my both the kids have not yet come to the education for the what I have asked for. I'm not gone for the retirement. My goals have not yet come. I continue my SIP as is. The market is coming up or down. It has been going as is. And you will surprise yourself, ki, oh my God, I have such a huge portfolio myself, which I was not even aware of. So sometimes we always have to look a long-term view, or always look what are my goals, and accordingly we do that. You create the corpus. That's what I was doing just now. Add inflation to it. Do asset allocation, as I was trying to say. Whenever you are doing an asset allocation, this is the very important part. Last few weeks I have been doing lot many people's I can say analysis of their portfolio, and you will surprised to know that more than 96% of the portfolio is fixed. They have done PPF, LIC, real estate. And I asked them a very simple question: in an emergency, if I want a 1 lakh rupees, from where you will do? There is no answer to it. So whenever you have your own portfolio, you at least make sure your 50% has been flexible. So in case of an emergency, in case of something, you have to make sure that you don't have to go for a loan. And somebody told me, it's okay, we will take a credit loan. There is now so many new things has come. You can take a from credit cards and others, and they don't realize that credit card and others are on an average goes even 18% also returns. Sorry, interest. So whenever you are doing an asset allocation, don't put all your money which is fixed. Try to have a flexibility in your own portfolio. That is a very important part on your asset allocation. Time. Look for a longer time. Have a phase manner pattern. So like if, for example, somebody says, if now market is up, how to handle it and remove the profit. So we normally remove the profit, put it in a debt. Over the time you go STP back. If your goals are coming, it can be kids education or retirement, move it on a -1, -2 years back to the balance fund to the debt fund, and then do SWP and other things. These are the things you should take care on an overall level. I feel it's a good time to review maybe twice in a year, but it depends on people to people how comfortable they are. You can keep reviewing that you are on plan or not on plan. And if not on plan, what are the different ways you can make it? This is my all-time habit. Being my dad was in armies, and I love it. I feel that discipline is the key things for anything. Successful investing take time, discipline, and patience. No matter how great the talent and effort, some things just take time. You can't produce a baby in 1 month by getting 9 women pregnant. It's so well said. So this is the another things which I always believe it in, how the power of compounding works. So I will just add a small video, and please tell me if you're able to see.
Chinese bamboo is the world's tallest grass, which goes up to as high as 80 to 90 feet in a little over 5 years. When you sow the seed and start watering and nurturing it daily, you don't see it growing for 5 years. It would be frustrating, isn't it? But wait, miracle happens after 5 years. It grows from 0 to 80 feet in less than 90 days. Similarly, growing wealth through SIP also requires a lot of patience. Had you started an SIP of rupees 10,000 in September 2010 in large cap fund, the value of your total investment of 3.6 lakh rupees would have been 3.57 lakh rupees after 3 years. Had you stopped an SIP, this temporary loss would have been permanent loss. But had you continued an SIP at the end of the 4th year, your value of total investment of 4.8 lakh rupees would have been 6.95 lakh rupees. And if your SIP still continues till March 2019, the value of total investment of rupees 10.3 lakhs would have been 17.38 lakh rupees. Remember, correction is temporary, growth is permanent. So continue your SIP for long term to create wealth.
Mutual fund.
You can see my PPT now.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So this is the another his favorite of all. Someone sitting in the shade today because someone else has planted the tree long time back. So you have to realize that nobody can get the shortcuts. You can get a shortcut in so many places, but shortcut doesn't come in creating a wealth. Of course, there are so many people where we can be blessed, I can say, and got the shortcut. It can be through succession or an ESOPs or an exits of some people are very lucky, but it is more less than 1%. We don't have to live our alternative income through that 1% of our thinking of we will be one of the lucky. If we are, God has great. But otherwise, we have to create our own path and make sure that we created our own part of it. So this is the key part of it. I always says how to make sure what is the importance of asset allocation. That helps us. It's like a olden days we used to say, don't put all the eggs in a basket. Try to take care of through a different I can say asset class. It can be debt, equity, you can have a real estate, gold. These are the different things which you have done. So first you do asset allocation and then you do overall diversification with the different direct funds or funds wherever you feel you have a bonds. So there are, this investment choice is a common across and that takes care of all the ways. So you have to realize what is the two different types. What do you mean by fixed and what do you mean by not fixed? Fixed means your returns are predefined. They will tell you. So like if for example today you go to the FD, SBI or any bank and they will say what is FD rate. So they will tell you for 366 days it is 5.4 and for 3 years it can be 5.6, whatever it is. They'll tell you in define and you will get that amount after 2 years or 3 years. So fixed returns are normally is on the plus and minus, I can say 1% odd of a government bond yield. And that's where they are giving a much more lesser, even though FD post office is a taxable. So if you see post tax is much lesser, PF, PPF, bonds, these are they all come under debt. Okay. Your traditional insurance also come under that part of it. So these are predefined returns, and that's where I was talking. Nowadays insurance companies are becoming very, I can say, innovative in a product. So to bring the pension plan, so word pension and annuity is linked to I can say a taxability. So what they have come with a fixed or guaranteed plans and all the stuff. So what they have done it, they try to put using an 80 1010D clause, which says that if your premiums are 10 times of your sum assured, so they are doing sum assured for only for a limited time and then they're giving you a payout. So that is also come under your traditional plans and it is being taking care of a fixed returns. Non-fixed returns means that you know your returns only when you sell. You won't know in the time of buying. So if you go and buy mutual fund, they will not say you that after 3 years, I'll give you 16% return or 17%. They don't know because that NAV keeps changing daily basis. Same thing with your gold. If I'm buying today, nobody knows after 10 years what is the rate. So all these are not fixed. You will know, and that's why the capital gains are calculated only on the when you sell. So what is there in equity? You can have a mutual fund through equity. You can have direct stocks. You can have, like in nowadays, lot of time you must have heard and seen that PMS have been doing quite good. So nowadays people have been good awareness. So people started doing PMS quite high. These are the different ways where you can do equity. Of course, non-listed equity also nowadays it's coming up quite a lot, which is a lot of people are doing through AIFs. But I'm still talking about the listed equity. Gold, you can do through physical gold or through mutual fund. You have a commodity, you can buy through commodity from mutual fund and think. Real estate, I don't have to say because most of us because it's olden times, people are being aware of real estate. But I can tell you, this is the sign whenever we across the globe, when you see the different countries moving towards the 3 trillion GDP and above, people are going from fixed to financial assets. And that's one thing I have noticed in my own customer base. Lot of time people says, even last week I have done 3 registration. That guy came from US to just clear it all his real estate. He said, Rachna, my kids are being settled in US, they can't take care of all those things, so I'm just liquidating and keeping it aside and putting in a will, because it's very very tough to manage a multiple real estates when you are not there. So most of the time real estate people, and even now if you have seen, then commercial real estate rentals has gone so down, and if you're taking from the loan, it is much worse. So a lot of people are not taking a real estate apart from self staying kind of it. Of course ULIP is also a part of insurance, but it is on a stock, so it is not fixed. This is the overall gamut of all your investment. You can do it between debt and equity, other things like that. We don't give it across. Please try not to do FNOs and all when you are not sure, because lot many things people have gone and done, which has hurt them quite a lot. So I will not recommend all those things. I have already spoken about what all things comes under low risk. Like a bonds, there are perpetual bonds, corporate bonds, even a gold bond has come now. Mutual funds also, you have a debt mutual fund, you have fixed FMPs, capital protection funds are there. Retirals are PF, NPS, PPF, senior citizen schemes are there. These are the retirals. Pension plans are taxable, NPS is good. Guaranteed and endowment plan, these are the low risk returns. While you're choosing, always make sure it is your liquidity versus regular fund versus one time, how long you have to pay, and it is taking care of your inflation on net or not. Tax plus inflation, you have to add it and see that it's working well with you or not. That's all from my side. I'll be happy to take any queries and questions from all of you. Which slide? I will just add it, Mr. Prashant. 5 crore means, I think so, 50 lakhs. No, 100 lakhs.
No, no, ma'am. It's not a question actually. When you are explaining that Excel, when someone replied to you by mistake, you said 5 lakh to 5 crore. So someone, texted.
Okay, thank you. Which slide you are talking? Somebody has written which slide?
Mr. Prasad asking about last 2 slides.
You are talking about low risk, or you are talking about these while choosing the funds? We will give it to you, these slide with a video share, and we'll be happy if you can give the video, sorry, not video, feedback to us. And I think Sanjay is going to have it 2 signed, what you call, book from Anil as an author signed book also. If I don't know what is the criteria, so he will explain him better. So any other questions and queries you have, I'll be happy to answer. What
Yes.
about investing in LIC will gives a good return? See, for me, LIC or any insurance is the same thing. Okay, it doesn't matter that because LIC is also part of IRDA. Only thing is, it's been from government, it is longer term. I always believe you just see the XIRR. So just morning somebody gave me that, Rachna, this is a very good thing on, somebody is talking from LIC, can I do it? It is you pay for now, and after 5 years you will get some 8% odd pension kind of it, or after 10 years you keep, it's called deferred pension plan actually, and you will get in a 12%. And I said, see, sometimes one thing which I'm very good at, I believe I'm very good in fundamentals. So I said, somebody cannot give you 12% when the government yield is so low. So I said, okay, you give me the illustration. When I took the illustration, it came to the 5.4% returns. So sometimes I'm not saying they are right or wrong, but they don't tell what is an exact. So somebody has paid now, and you are 10 years, you are not getting the money, and you are getting money only from the 10th year onwards. So it means that your time, money, and value has to calculate from today, not from the 10th year. So if I do XIRR or IRR is a formula, I'm trying to say you can also try doing it. It's very easy. You will realize it's called year-on-year returns, how much you are getting it. So I'm not saying LIC is good or not. All companies are good, but I can tell you LIC is being the oldest company and have so much of sum assured. So what is happening in LIC is the most of the time all these insurance company require a reinsurer. Most of the time Swiss Re is one of the biggest reinsurer. There are only 3 reinsurer in the world. So they have to pay the premium to the reinsurer. So LIC has to pay the highest reinsurance premium because they have the highest number of things. And that's one of the reason their policy, if you just compare term cover with LIC with any third of the companies, you will find they are much higher. It's not that it's higher, but because their base is so high, their reinsurer is so high, so that's why the term cover also goes high. So company is good, but when you are looking for any of the term cover, you look at the premium and you look the claims ratio. If both are doing good, you please take it anywhere else. So company wise, I have no doubt about it, but I'm saying as an investor, we should look what is the reason it is sometimes so high. Yes, somebody put the hands up. I'm not able to see. How you, ma'am, can you please teach us how to do XIR? Yes, I will try to do it. So let me show it now only immediately. I'll take one of my Excel I was showing. So can you see the Excel?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
So for example, I'm giving as a 10 lakhs one time. I'm just giving an example only. And next 5 years, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not getting anything. They give it across this into 8%. They told me. I'm just giving approximation. 80,000. I'm just giving approximation what that person told me. I don't know, but I'm just telling you how XIRR or IRR works. So I'm taking a value because you have paid first 10 lakhs, then you have not got anything else. Then you're getting 80,000. And then on what date you have been doing. So indirectly that is giving you 1.1%. Of course, if I'm not wrong, they will give you much more years. I think so till 75 they give it, or 20 years they give, I don't know. So I'm saying that's the easiest way that IRR and XIRR as a formula works, I'm trying to say. You have to do exact, just ask them an illustration, which day you are buying illustration. If you are buying every year like this, so let me give you another one. So this is another product goes 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. It comes 0. Then next it comes 1 lakh. So I'm just doing another product which I know, sure, I know. So this product is one of the guaranteed product which says that you pay 1 lakh for 10 years, 11th year you don't get anything. And then from 12th year till 25 years, you get it the same amount. So this is what it is, the product talks about, and it is 6.3 if I'm not wrong. So these are the ways you have to calculate your own XIRR. So any other questions?
Ma'am, we have 2 questions in chat
Yeah.
box.
I have a person as Tamil Selvan who also have a questions. Yeah. Tell me, Tamil Selvan.
Yeah, ma'am. How the SWP plan works?
It's like a systematic withdrawal plan. So how you keep having an SIP going from your bank to the equity funds or even debt funds. Similarly, you can have those funds which is taking care from a fund which normally we will have a debt funds, and it goes back to your things. Most it's like how you can think of it is getting into your salary every first. So similarly, we will say SWP give a 25,000 or 40,000 from this mutual fund to your bank. It automatically takes care of that. So that's the way SWP works. So first we create the corpus, move it to the debt funds for next 3 years, and then we will try to make sure that we will do a SWP. Is it that's what your question, Tamil Selva?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay Serena has said, what is ETF and index funds? See, those are the good which has been doing good as long as, but most of the time in India, as on today, active funds are been outperforming the passive funds. And in abroad, in US and other places where the charges are very, very high, people prefer to go for it's called fund of funds. So, or you go for index funds because they think it's easier because your charges are low and they are being okay with it. So it is not that it's not doing good, but I think so it will take some more time, maybe where we will start looking across that how the funds are having between active and passive funds. I still believe that active funds have been performing. You can just check it across. Most of the time, one of the criteria itself we says that how you're performing or outperforming the benchmark. This is the reason we always ask us. So now, if you think most of the people are saying that I'm outperforming the benchmark, means your all ETFs and index funds are in that benchmark. So benchmark is that what index funds normally invest, like a Nifty or whatever it is. So I will prefer active funds. I can see Sunil Kant has told, how about ULIP compare with other funds? ULIP in a long run is always good. But most of us people don't realize it, and we says, okay, it has been not performing because it is taking care of your life cover also when you're comparing. Second thing is it is a tax free. So if I do an SIP or the similar one, I have to pay 10% tax on that. So if you notice last budget to compare this only, the new law has come that people cannot do ULIP more than 2.5 lakhs. And that's what they were trying to compare between ULIP and an SIP. And I think so now ULIP, only people can do above, means still 2.5, otherwise it will be a taxable what you are going to get. Would NPS will be a good option to create a pension fund? No doubt about it. NPS is always a good option because it is giving you the immediate returns as of today. Because your 30% tax savings you are doing. So for example, I'll say if I am paying a 50,000 rupees in NPS and my tax 15,000 goes down immediately. So indirectly, if you look at 35% returns perspective, it is much high. The only thing is NPS is two things. One is when you get it, it is taxable. And second thing is they always invest the highest aggressive is only 70% in equity. Do STP is better than SWP? Both of them are different concepts. So STP is taking from debt fund to equity and equity to the debt fund to take care of a better averaging of a lump sum money. So that is creating an averaging and giving you good returns. SWP is used to when you do the payout to yourself. Thank you, Robert, for always supporting us and taking care of. Thank you. Instead of going for a proper pension fund, can we go SIP, mutual fund and all? Yes, all funds are different league. So I always says that these are the creating your corpus. At least personally, that's what I have done. I always says that 1/3 money should come for me, the guaranteed product, and 2/3 should create my the wealth. So if my basic needs for the home is around 35,000, I have, of course, we both did the plan and we both are getting by 45 because that's where we started. The pension plan is supposed to start at 45. So we both started getting 60K, which is the basic plan. And then you do it across. how do you calculate the equity and debt ratio? Depending on an average, people do age 100 minus age, but depending on your liquidity, your income, and all depends change. But I always believe we should make sure that debt funds are taking care of your emergency. It is taking care of your mainly ratio wise also, because most of the person, I think, we when we are talking about working, we don't know how long we will work. We say 60 years, but if something goes wrong, so it is good to have a good debt fund. So I believe 100 minus age is a good thing to go for it as a thing. 1 lakh bulk investment help for retirement plan, if not best suited. So 1 lakh and a retirement plan, it may not be making much sense. If you have a longer time horizon, I will believe that you should go for the taking a mutual fund route and get it. I can still keep enforcing you that next 10 years is the best in equity in India. It's going to be multi-bull run. Just wait and watch. So have long-term view, don't look short-term. And retirement is a long-term, so think about that. Yes, we will be giving you the recording, and we will helpful if you can give it to us, your reviews to improve us better. What is your view regarding the health insurance after 60? It's always good if you have it. It is because sometimes claims are not coming because they're related to other things. But I always believe that we should have a good health insurance till how much you can. Please don't miss it. Give your reminders, make it yourself, because health is the one thing when it's like a car insurance. If you have not paid on time, it elapses and it will be coming across much costlier, and sometimes you may not get it a health insurance. So please do take care. Thank you, Vandushree, for attending. Can you suggest a good fund for us? Yes, Kiran, if you write it a mail to me, I'll be happy to do it. And Sanjay will share my email ID and mobile number for all of you. I'm always there, and that's my passion. So how to help others, and that made me very high always. Rohit, I will compare and send it to you between the active and passive funds. Thank you, Jason. Thank you everybody for enjoying the session and coming. I'll be happy if you implement yourself, and if you want any time help to let us know. But the peace of mind what you get at creating yourself alternative income is exponential, I can tell you. Thank you, Lina. Thank you, Sanjay.
Thank you, everyone. I already shared email ID and contact number of Rachna ma'am, and we'll be also sharing a recording of this session along with the feedback form, where you can mention about the topic which you like to conduct a webinar on that. Yeah. So thanks, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, and have fun and spread happiness and have joy in the weekend. Thank you, Cherish. Arvind, I will let you know, but most of the time the index funds are only for an equity, not for the debt. But I will get back to you. Please write it across. Otherwise, Sanjay, these queries you give it to us or the research team, and make sure that they give the answers.
Sure, ma'am. We'll give it to you. We'll come back to you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, everybody.